Students, we are given this question, given that A and B to be positive real numbers. That is the very important point. They are positive real numbers. You are expected to find the value of B over A, positive A over B raised to the power of 2. However, you have a equation that 1 over A negative 1 over B negative 1 over A positive B is equal to 0, and A and B are set to satisfy that. Now, naturally, if you were to see this, you will have to get the value of A and B and then make the substitution and obtain the value. So the priority now here is, how are we going to extract the value of A and B from this equation? Now, this is a very good question for students aspiring to get into problem solving, because you have an equation here, and from this equation you will have to produce the value of an expression or for an expression, and all that you got is A and B as positive real numbers. So that is the skill of problem solving. So now what I'm going to do is, to start off, I would say, since this is important, right? Since A and B are real numbers, let me just write A over B to be as sum x, right? This is nothing but a rational number, and real numbers contain rational and irrational numbers. All I'm doing is I'm just taking A over B to be equal to sum x. Now from here I can make the following substitution. What do I want to substitute? So what I will do is, I will just take, this would mean, I would say A is equal to sum B times x. So let us now consider 1 over A negative 1 over B negative 1 over A positive B equal to 0. Now wherever I find A, I'm going to be substituting B times x. Okay, so if I were to take this as 1, hence 1 can be rewritten as 1 over, in place of A is going to be bx negative 1 over B negative 1 over B times x positive B is equal to 0. This is what I've got. Now I can actually take B out from all these components. So if I were to do that, I can rewrite the left hand side as 1 over B times 1 over x, right? Negative 1 over, this is x positive 1, but I will write it as 1 positive x is equal to 0. Fair enough, right? So now when you cross multiply, you can remove this B out. So this would mean I now have a quantity of this fashion. So let me just take the LCM as 1 positive x times x. So this would give me 1 positive x. This has the denominator 1. So this is going to give me negative of x times 1 positive x followed by negative x. Okay. So this is equal to 0. And cross multiply. So 0 times B, and B gets absorbed or vanished. So rewriting, this is going to be 1 positive x negative x squared negative x divided by the denominator x times of 1 positive x is equal to 0. Let me use this side. So I cross multiply, so I would get 1 positive x negative x gets cancelled. So I have I got a 1 negative x squared negative x. So 1 negative x squared negative x is equal to 0. I multiply by negative 1 both sides. So this would give me negative 1 positive x squared positive x is equal to 0. Let me write it like this, and I'm using quadratic formula. So negative 1 plus or minus root of negative 1 squared negative 4 times A times C divided by 2 times A. This is my x. This is negative 1 plus or minus 1. Negative times negative is positive. I get a 4 divided by 2. I can rewrite this as negative 1 plus or minus root of 5 divided by 2. So I get two values. No, in fact, let me state it. So this would mean I get a value x is equal to 1 x is equal to -1 positive root of 5 over 2, or x is equal to -1 negative root 5 over 2. So these are the two values that I have got. Now, ironically, what we can see is we will have to go into the following consideration. Now, from these two values, we have to make a certain observation. Now, since it is given that A and B are positive real numbers, this would mean x is equal to -1 positive root 5 over 2 alone will be the required value, right? Now the question wants us to find the value of b over a, positive a over b raised to the power of 2. Now I have taken a over b to be as x, so I'm going to use that. Hence b over a, positive a over b raised to the power of 2 can be rewritten as, now a over b is x, so b over a would be 1 over x. This is raised to the power of 2. So this is what I've got. So now we will have to substitute the values of x. So let me do that. So if I were to substitute the value for 1 over x, this is going to be 2 divided by -1 positive root 5, and if I were to x over here, this is going to be -1 positive root of 5 over 2 raised to the power of 2. So what I can do is I can actually rationalize this. So I get -1 positive root 5, and you got 2 there. So what I would do is I would multiply by -1 negative root 5 and divide by -1 negative root 5. So this is going to give me 2 times of -1 negative root 5 divided by, this is going to give me -1 squared. Positive times negative will be negative, and then I get root 5 squared. So this is going to be 2 times, probably I can take the negative sign out, and that would give me 1 positive root 5 divided by 1 minus 5, okay, and that is equal to -2 times of 1 positive root 5 divided by 1 negative 5 will give me -4. This becomes positive. 2 divides 4 2 times, so this is going to be 1 positive root 5 divided by 2. So that's nice. So I'm going to rewrite this quantity as 1 positive root of 5 divided by 2, and this quantity is going to be positive -1 positive root 5 over 2, and that has to be squared. So the LCM is 2. I get 1 positive root of 5 -1 positive root of 5. This is squaring, and oh no, I can't cancel this 5 root 5. I can cancel positive 1 negative 1, and that would give me root of 5, 2 times root of 5 divided by 2 raised to the power of 2. So 2 gets cancelled, giving me root of 5 raised to the power of 2, which is equal to 5. So just to sum up, I'm going to sum up the result. So this implies b over a, positive a over b raised to the power of 2 is equal to 5. So this is the solution. So this is a beautiful question, students. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a very good night.